tonight on Red Eye.
Coming up on Red Eye, behind the scenes of a secret CIA training program. How the government teaches our spies to kill enemies with ping pong balls. Plus, what European countries is the vice president still having trouble locating on a map?
Iceland, Sweden, Great Britain, and Denmark, Finland, and Germany. I really mean it. Not a joke. Not a joke.
And finally, has Hollywood taken a huge step backward with the new Transformers movie? Our panel debates how this could affect the box office gross as the film nears its worldwide release. None of these stories on Red Eye tonight.
And now, let's welcome our guest. Well, she's better than all the rest because all of her competitors mysteriously disappeared, usually after going out for coffee with her. I'm here with chronic waiver and serial killer Joanne Nosuchinsky. Well, he's a human soccer game, and by that I mean he's boring and there's rarely any scoring involved. It's TV's Andy Levy. And he's as funny as the ending to Old Yeller. Writer and comedian Paul Mecurio. His podcast, The Paul Mecurio Show, is available on iTunes. He'll also be performing at the Hartford Funny Bone. I hope you choke on it. Thursday through Sunday, 4 nights. What are they thinking? And her first job as a reporter was summarizing Charlotte's Web in exchange for a personal pizza pie. Sitting right next to me, campus reform reporter Katherine Timpf.
A-Block. The lead. That's the first story.
You have to sway to play. It was a reach around that transcended politics. Yes, lawmakers in Washington, D.C., capital of the USA, put aside partisan differences at a ceremony on Capitol Hill and swayed and sang together. Among the politicians eager to bridge the divide, John Boehner, Harry Reid, Mitch McConnell, and yes, Nancy Pelosi. Take a look.
We are the world.
Wonderful. They were moved to sway by other songs as well.
Let's make it all fun, all for love.
Later, things picked up. Going on. Carl Levin looks like he's holding in a big turd. Well, anyway, here's what actually happened on Tuesday at a ceremony awarding Martin Luther King Jr. and Coretta Scott King the Congressional Gold Medal. You know, Katherine, this is what I call forced activity. No one ever looks like they're having any fun. Is it their fault that they look absolutely idiotic?
I kind of saw a lot of fun. I feel like Mitch McConnell was making sexy eyes at Nancy Pelosi a little bit. He had that little smile on his face.
That might have been a stroke.
And then John Boehner looked kind of mad, like he was jealous, and Nancy Pelosi just kind of happy because she's really hot. She's used to getting a lot of male attention all the time. She yawns at one point because it's so old to her to be hit on by all the men. So.
Really? I didn't even see that.
Saw, right?
Wow, you're extremely perceptive.
I am.
You might be seeing things. You know. Paul, they looked as uncomfortable as audiences at your shows.
Wait, audiences love my shows. They react to my show the way they react to the show. I think it's great that there's no better way to honor Martin Luther King than to do what he loved best, which was to make old white people uncomfortable and unhappy.
That is true.
It's so forced to do these ceremonial moments. It's like, you know, and I'm just, Carl Levin, you're right, looked like he's literally going to need therapy. It's like, you know, show me on the doll where Nancy Pelosi touched you. That's going to be one of those moments.
He looked like he was in a hostage video, and he was just trying to hold it together. Joanne, you know what that feeling's like every night. What did you find most intriguing about this video?
Definitely the acrobatics and you know, stretching and ability, flexibility that was needed to do all of that, coordination even.
Yes.
I'm a little worried though about pinched nerves and strained shoulders.
Yes.
Because, well, they're quite old.
They are quite old.
I do love Boehner, though, on the end, who's like, this looks like a school choir concert, and he's the kid who's not having it.
Yeah,
He's like, I just want to get to the reception afterwards so I can have my free cookies and juice.
Yeah, that was probably done early in the morning before he had his first drink. Because he said, what you always could tell Boehner before like 3 and after 3, because Boehner is a barrel of laughs after 3. I wouldn't know what that means, Andy. It's probably just because he likes the afternoon.
Sure.
Andy, does this make us look weak to our enemies?
I think it does, and I think it's pretty obvious that impeachment for at least some of these people is necessary. I haven't seen a bunch of white people look that uncomfortable since, and I couldn't even end it because I can't think of any time I've seen white people look more uncomfortable
Well,
than
now
that.
be relating it to this moment.
I know. Carl Levin looks like he's getting a prostate exam.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what's going on there.
I think this solved all the problems in America. I disagree. I think everything's better now.
Are those glasses magic?
Yes.
Yeah.
They make me very smart whenever I put them on.
You could have answered it. I haven't seen this many white people uncomfortable since I flashed a Prius dealership. No? Come up with something better, Andy.
I already said I couldn't.
Well, then I think I win that one. Because, white people buy Priuses, and I have a strange-looking body. I think this set back the civil rights movement 40 years.
It might have.
I think
If MLK saw this, he'd be like, you know what? Even though there's a black president, it wasn't worth it.
It would, exactly. He would say this is worse than Jim Crow. And by the way, in other countries, politicians beat the crap out of each other. Right. That's the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to climb up on the dais and punch people in the face. Look at these wimps. Except for John Lewis, of course.
You covered yourself up
Yeah,
there.
see how I did that?
Pandering nicely.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Except for him.
Yes.
Because he was there. Like me. Was Oldman too bold, man? Gary Oldman has apologized to the Anti-Defamation League and the Simon Wiesenthal Center for his tirade in Playboy magazine, which still exists, on the hypocrisy of political correctness. But of course not for the Lost in Space remake he made in 1998. A terrible film. Anyway, Oldman's remarks defending Mel Gibson and that Hollywood was run by Jews were viewed as anti-Semitic. Not inaccurate, though, Andy. In letters to the two groups, the British actor apologized for contributing to a false stereotype and let everyone know he's a big fan of the Jews. He wrote, quote, I have an enormous personal affinity for the Jewish people in general, and those specifically in my life, the Jewish people persecuted through the ages are the first to hear God's voice and surely are the chosen people. Except for Andy Levy, he added emphatically. Oldman did not apologize to gays, blacks, or any of the other groups he's surely offended in the interview. I'm sure he'll get on that tomorrow. Speaking of getting into trouble. I do not approve of that video. I want a letter written to me immediately telling me that that poor cat is okay. I'm sure it was. It was probably a very strong cat, Andy. You are the expert on cats. But you're also our chief chosen person.
Yes.
So I'm going to go to you first.
Yeah.
Please speak for your people regarding this apology.
Well, it was a nice effort, Greg. He hit all the right notes. He loves the Jews. The Jews have been persecuted. The Jews are the chosen people. I will do my best to speak on his behalf at the meeting tonight. But my guess is it's too late. The damage has been done. As I said last night, he had a great career.
Right.
And I have been a fan of his work. But he's done. Because if there's one thing that will ensure that you never work in Hollywood again, it's saying that the Jews run Hollywood. So.
Yeah. It really ticks you off, doesn't it? Can't you just say, can't you make a phone call? Yeah, can't you make a phone call?
Again, I will speak on his behalf, but you don't say the Jews run Hollywood. The Jews who run Hollywood don't like that.
I know. Paul, as a comedian,
yes,
or so you claim, have you ever had to apologize for a joke that was deemed offensive?
No, but
How about a career? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding, of course.
The apology, to me, was so obviously written by the publicity department of 20th Century Fox. They should have just done a trailer in a world where Jews are too sensitive, And it's like, does he really have to say that Jews control the media? Can't he just imply it like the credits in every movie? Sorry, Andy.
I don't care.
But I don't know. Comedians do, Paul. They get a free pass. Shouldn't we all? I mean, comedians can make jokes. Like,
well, I mean, not anymore. I mean, Michael Richards did.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a certain amount of like, I think they did when there wasn't.
I said comedians.
Right, that's true. When there weren't cell phones, and
Yeah.
you know, I think there was a lot more going on that people didn't know about. But I mean, I think in this case, he's like, look, okay, he kind of goes over the line. But the other thing in this article, he says F the Pope.
Yes.
And no one said anything about F the Pope.
That's a good
because
point.
the Christians haven't controlled Hollywood since Touched by an Angel was on. But I don't understand how you not F the Pope. How do you not get outraged over that?
That's true. They didn't. I guess there was so much stuff in there that they didn't get to that part yet. Catherine, his manager, Oldman's manager, said that he was illustrating the absurd by being absurd, which is a lot like our show. Is that a fair
Well, basically,
defense?
he was really upset that he couldn't say these things and if people wouldn't get mad. You can say them, but people are going to get mad. He maybe just needs to go to a different environment. I live in East Harlem. I hear all these words and then a lot of other ones every time I walk to the subway. So if he wants to go where he can say wherever he wants and nobody will care, then move to East Harlem. There you go. Problem solved.
Oh, well, that's an interesting tip,
Gary.
Joanne. He apologized to the Jews. Should he have apologized to everyone?
Yes.
Yeah.
There will be many more letters to come.
Yeah.
Which is why we need, for our young people coming out of college, a new job called apology writer.
Yes.
Because there's no way he wrote all that on his own. He had a ghostwriter.
Yeah.
Might have been Hillary Clinton's. Maybe. Very, very colorful. And I think that it's dumb, though, because these apologies come out and he doesn't really mean it, and then the people who are reading it aren't really taking it.
Yeah.
So it's like, what's the whole point of this exchange?
It's kabuki theater.
But it's like that old expression, first they apologize to the Jews.
Yes.
And then it just goes on from there. By the way, the reason he apologized to the Jews is because the Anti-Defamation League put out a statement about what he said. No other organized
Bill
group
Maher.
has
They also made
said anything.
homophobic statements, too,
Yeah,
right?
but no gay group has said anything.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
no,
true.
he said he was very angry that Bill Maher could say homophobic things and nobody would hate him. Everyone hates Bill Maher.
Yeah, that's true.
Is there like Bill Maher fangirl club that's going to write in? I don't think so. I don't think so.
You know who should apologize is Playboy. In that it exists, and it has just ceased to be arousing for the last 20 years.
Yeah.
There is nothing titillating in Playboy. Believe me, I know when I'm at the barber shop, I take a peek.
Yeah, you like looking at your great aunt naked.
Yeah.
That's pretty much
Now, I
what
like
it
going
is.
into the back of Playboy where they have little ads with naked ladies in it because those women are dirty. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And I also like the Santa cartoons
By the way,
around December.
the hookers who are buying houses because of Bill Maher don't hate him.
Yeah, that's true.
They hate him.
Allegedly.
They hate him. They hate him the most.
They hate what they must do to get that house. Don't get any ideas, Joanne. All right, please keep your poo in the loo. The Denver office of the Environmental Protection Agency is urging employees not to think outside of the toilet after reports that someone poo-looted in a hallway. You like that? Yeah, I do. The website government executive got hold of an email sent to all EPA staff in the area, which mentions several incidents of bathroom shenanigans, including using paper towels to clog toilets, and, quote, an individual placing feces in the hallway. Is that plural? Anyway, it's not a feces or a feces rule.
Feci.
Feci. It's called feci. All right. The agency is apparently concerned enough about this behavior that it's consulted with a workplace violence expert who says hallway feces is a health and safety risk. Thanks, expert. So what else was clogging the toilets? Take a look.
Bad version of Shawshank.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, but believe me, he's not going out on any dates very soon. Catherine, can the EPA protect America's environment if they can't even protect their own hallways from poop?
Well, I think this proves global warming is a hoax, first of all. That's obvious. But I'm wondering if these man caves are located in my apartment, because we definitely have had poop in our hallways, first of all.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. But wasn't there an EPA guy who was pretending to be a spy?
That's true.
We have one of those, too. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this guy, also not a spy.
Yeah, that's
so
really-
I'm pretty sure this is happening right in my building.
Really? Paul, is it possible that what they found in the hallway wasn't poop, but a pile of your material?
Wait a minute. My material's not brown.
You sometimes go blue,
right.
but that's when you have. Never mind.
Finish it. Wow, come on. You need writers to write the insults now? No, look, I mean, the thing that's shocking, a couple of things. Apparently, we don't need smaller government, we need smaller colons. But the EPA had to hire an expert to come in and say that it was a health and safety. In other words, aren't these the people that they can't figure out that a hallway is not a natural habitat for poop?
Yes.
They don't know that?
No.
Like, it's
a common problem.
It is a common problem.
And I like that it was placed, apparently, like on a china plate.
Arranged.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
It's like a message, you know,
Garnished.
like a dead fish, you know, from the mafia.
Right.
When you leave feces out in front of somebody that's saying that something's going to happen to you.
Or
and
when
it's-
a cat brings you a mouse.
Yeah,
or
that's-
a killed,
yeah.
or a bird or whatever.
That's true.
Exactly.
So you would see poop in front of your door as a gift.
Wouldn't you all?
That's true. Joe, they say the hallway poopers' behavior might escalate. I don't know what that could mean.
It can only go up from here, so
Yes.
I'm assuming smeared on the wall.
Yes, that's true.
Just handprints everywhere. How do we know, though, that this was human poop? It could have been dog poop. It could have been kid poop, which is why take your kid to work day. Terrible idea.
You can
Should
tell.
never happen again.
You can tell dog poop. It's like greenish.
Oh, thanks.
No, it is. We give our dog broccoli. Maybe that's why. But it's like greenish.
That's a sad little fact.
I think, though, it's funny how we all love these stories about the EPA, everything that's crazy happening, because we just figure they're a bunch of nerds, you know, just like figuring stuff out that we don't really understand. And then it's like, what is happening?
Well,
Well, they're pooping in the hallway, so.
Well, let's have Andy. I wanted to go to you. Defend your hero, the EPA hallway pooper.
Well, first of all, it's not all EPA agents. I think it's important to say that. I think it should now be called the EEP and Poop A. But I agree. I want the job. I want to be the expert who you go to, and then I can say, well, no, it's a health and safety risk to leave poop in the hallway. I've done extensive research.
Yeah.
And now here's your bill for $10,000.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
What a great job.
But it reminds me of a really, no pun intended, a crappy office atmosphere where this is seen as a prank. So you kind of envision these like stupid, dopey guys going, I'm going to put poop on the.
Yeah.
And there's no supervision, none at all. And this is our government. This is a metaphor for our government, isn't it? Right? No.
I mean, there's got to be. If there's no impeachment over this, then there's no hope for impeachment.
It's an improvement. We need an improvement.
But how bad are things at the EPA that you're that mad at your job and your boss? Like, that's what I'm trying to figure out in reading the stories.
No,
Like,
I don't think they're
I think
mad.
they're bored, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
As a comedian, you don't have an office to poop at. So
No,
what do you do?
I do
Alleys?
it. I do it at the bus stop.
There you go.
Fridays, just as you walk in where the hostess table is.
Yeah, all right. Coming up, a commercial break. During it, I'll be doing one-handed push-ups over a terrified drifter I tied to the roof of my car. I can't wait. But first, should biting soccer players be banned? I'd say yes, but then again, they are soccer players. When to get shot? Is it a photo op? On Sunday, a day of the week, Catherine, Orlando News reporter Jackie Orozco reported on a violent crime in Orange County. Yes, it was a brutal double homicide that might make you wonder why there is so much evil in this world. Or you might just take a grinning picture. That's what Jackie did, sending out this picture via something called Instagram. Haven't heard of it. The caption reads, "So why are we smiling in front of a crime scene? Because we work in the news and it's my Friday, hashtag reporter problems." Indeed, life is rough. Another reporter problem, being forced to delete your Instagram account. And then, of course, do the apology on Twitter. Orozco works for the Fox-owned station Waffle, WOFL, or Waffle, tweeted, "The photo and caption I posted Sunday was insensitive and in poor taste. I apologize, of course, to anyone I offended." Last week, Orozco covered a 5-alarm fire. Here's a report. That made up for the thing falling on the cat. The cat, I got a call in, and the cat is doing fine.
You got no call.
I am not lying.
You are lying.
I got a call from the owner. The cat is doing fine. The cat is actually...
The show is taped, Greg.
Doing improv.
But the cat is upset. It pooped in the hallway.
Oh, there you go. You had to wrap the other story into that one just to confuse me. Catherine, crime scene selfies. Do you support the reporter?
Look, I love taking pictures of my own face and posting them on the internet.
Right.
I think people want to see that. Some people, right? Yeah, it's very fun. But what people want to see more is all the deets about a crime. That's why Keith Morrison from Dateline is my celebrity crush.
Yeah.
May not be the most attractive man, but his voice narrating all the crime details, that lulls me to sleep almost every night.
Wow,
before I go to bed.
That's beautiful.
I have nightmares, but, you know.
I should look that up.
Yeah, his voice is amazing.
Really?
You guys know what I'm talking
It's
about?
just like the Law and Order.
It's like murder. Like,
You know, it's soothing.
That's really kind of creepy. Paul, you often make jokes at horrific scenes that you call your comedy shows.
I like how you ramp up to the end of the insult. It's like it's coming.
Should she have apologized?
You got to take the glasses off. You look ridiculous.
Then I can't see your strange face. Your strange face.
You know,
well, I could see your lips from Mars.
There's the first lip joke of the night. There's a silver lining in everything, and I think the person who made out on this is the murderer. 2 hits in the car and 40,000 on Instagram. He's got to be happy, right? And why Instagram it? Isn't there an emoji for this?
I don't know.
I think there should be.
Maybe there should.
I think there's a knife.
Yeah.
Wasn't it a gunshot?
Yeah.
We don't know because she was too busy posting pictures of her face.
Yeah. Joanne, in her caption, she said, "It's my Friday," a statement that you say every day. Should all errors be excused on Fridays? Because it's Friday, it's the end of the week. Come on.
Most should, except not this one. Because in this scenario, there was no need for a selfie.
Yeah.
Because you're on camera. Everyone knows where you are and what you're doing.
Yeah.
You don't have to spell it out.
Yeah.
So I don't forgive her for this. I hope she still has her job. I tried to figure that out earlier, but I couldn't find it. Although her Twitter account still says reporter. So she's reporting on something.
That's true. She's reporting on herself, Andy. Is this shocking to you, Andy, the way our country is going down the tubes?
It's dumb. This is just dumb. There's no other word for it.
It's not problematic?
No, this isn't problematic. This is dumb. The worst is going to be tomorrow, I think, to make up for it, she's going to do a Throwback Thursday, which is an Instagram hashtag, and have the victim still alive. Be from last week. Be very nice to make up for everything. I don't get the whole delete your entire account thing.
Yeah.
Like, just delete the picture. On the other hand, if you're that dumb, it's probably best you don't use social media.
A lot of crime scenes. Their whole account.
But also, It's My Friday is going to be my new thing whenever something bad happens.
Yeah.
I'm just going to
What if she's the murderer?
Terrorist attack? Yeah, it's my Friday.
She's the murderer.
Yeah.
She was proud of her work. I figured it out.
You know, I've said this before, and I don't think you should be too hard on this person for one very important reason. We're in the middle of a new technological revolution. Did I say this already?
No.
Did I say this already?
No. 5 years ago?
Okay, yes, I said it when we got toasters.
Yes.
We're in the beginning of an amazing technological revolution. Not since the Industrial Revolution. When the Industrial Revolution started, there were a lot of casualties. People were getting their fingers lost in threshers. People dropped their kids off into mechanical devices. What? I'm sure this happened on farms. You drown in a silo.
Was somebody breastfeeding over a thrasher?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You lose a finger, an eye, and you die. That's the Industrial Revolution. You are having the same kind of thing now in this revolution, except it's your reputation or it's your job, your career, due to tone-deaf jokes or the inability to use technology effectively. Does that make sense?
Well, and I think, too, the reason why is because it's our world and everyone else is just living in it. You know, that's sort of what social media does.
Right.
So we have no sensitivity or tact because it's all about us.
I think Twitter's been around for like 18 years now.
Yeah, exactly.
Social media has been around too long for it to be now this. Oh, it's a brave new world.
Yeah.
It's not a brave new world.
But it's also a tool to increase your especially if you're an on-camera person like that. It's another tool to increase your popularity, right?
Yeah.
And blow yourself up, and that becomes tempting. It becomes addictive, right?
Yeah.
Like
It works.
It doesn't work for you, but I understand the point.
Well, I got to start killing people and then tweeting about it.
I think they should create, to solve this problem, like an Instagram for people in which you're not allowed to smile. It's like a thing for really sad things.
Oh, that's my Instagram.
Yeah, that's what
That's
it's
easy.
called the Andygram.
Yeah.
All right, coming up, what racial slur did Michelle Obama get away with? Write it on your TV and mustard and get a free bottle of motor oil. But first, a word from our sponsor.
Tonight's C-Block is sponsored by the Ye Old T-Shirt Cannon. All the fun of shooting a T-shirt into a crowd with all the painstaking labor of firing a Civil War-era cannon. Perfect for using it once and regretting the purchase. Thanks, Ye Old T-Shirt Cannon. Ye Old T-Shirt Cannon.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, she slurred away, but it's okay because she's an Obama. Yes, well, speaking at an event on Monday, the First Lady insulted the Romani minority community and got a pass. Michelle Obama was describing her struggle as a working mother and uttered the word gypped.
The first thing I tried to do, which was a mistake, was that I tried the part-time thing. But what I realized was that I got gypped on that front.
We need to bleep that.
That's amazing. Yeah. Well, apparently the term comes from the word gypsy, which is slur for the Roma. Gypped refers to the act of defrauding or robbing someone through cheating, and some compare it to saying Jewed down. Sorry, Andy. Or calling someone an Indian giver. Sorry, Joanne. At least she's the only one in her family who used the term.
All we're trying to do is make sure that if you're buying health insurance on the private marketplace, that you're not getting gouged and gypped by the insurance company.
Unbelievable.
Unreal. Just unbelievable. So what's the solution to this hostility to the Romani minority? Let's discuss this in Red Eye's award-winning segment. That's how we get it around the graphics department. Can we do that one more time? Please. Catherine, where is the lamestream media on this? If Sarah Palin said this, people would be in the streets with pitchforks.
Look, it's widely accepted in my family that my grandma was part of this ethnic community.
Really?
It was never really confirmed, probably because of bigotry like this.
Yes.
I'm sorry, Michelle, my dead great-grandma. It's not to blame for you working full-time hours at a part-time job. Your culturally insensitive language makes it seem like she was, and I look forward to your apology. I'm looking at you.
Wow. Paul, you are culturally sensitive to all people because you're a great guy.
I am, thank you.
Any advice for Michelle? Should she step up, take responsibility for the things that she said?
Yes, and they're sort of backtracking, actually, and saying, well, she forgot that it was a slur. You don't forget slur words. You never hear anybody go, you know, you're a stupid, what's the word? It's on the tip of my tongue. Those come to you immediately.
Yeah, that's true.
And, you know, I mean, look, they also tried to tie this in some way to make it an equivalent to the Redskins controversy, which is a bit of a stretch. I mean, when she starts selling hoop earrings and skirts at the White House and hires Turkmed, the wandering thief, as a mascot for the White House, then you know she's got a problem. But
Turkmed.
She's never gonna explain this away.
Yeah, it's over, Joanne. It's just over. I know. Some people say that everyone uses this term, so it's okay. But shouldn't she know better? She is a symbol. An icon, someone that you, Joanne, should look up to.
I used to, until now.
Yes.
I didn't know where gypped came from.
Really?
I've definitely used it before, not realizing it was offensive. But now that I know, I will never again use it. I'm not a worldly person, but she is.
Yes.
She's gone on a lot of vacations.
Yes,
okay, so the First Lady should know better. My recommendation to her, my suggestion is, while you're in the White House, no slang.
Yes. Yeah.
No slang words.
No slang.
Use those, what I call $5 words.
Yeah, that's good. Which I believe is a slang term.
Yes.
Yes, it is. It's a slang term. A $5 word.
Which is probably offensive to somebody somewhere.
Well, probably to Andy.
Why is it? I mean like a word that has a lot of value. No?
Andy has a lot of those, I'm sure. Andy, on a scale of 1 to furious, how offended were you when you first heard this?
Well, Greg, I don't do scales because that would mean assigning one number to be higher than another. I don't believe in number inequality.
That's good.
In a perfect world, there would be no hierarchies. All numbers would have the same value.
Wow.
But look, what the First Lady said is obviously highly, highly problematic. You don't say the G word.
G word.
The thing is, I'm not all that worried about it. The Romani have a rich and diverse cultural history.
Yes.
Their music is quite influential. They also have a rich and diverse history of putting curses on people, Greg.
That is true.
And I think if I were Michelle Obama, I would apologize very, very quickly.
That's what I'm saying. My dead grandma's coming for you,
Yep.
Michelle.
That's the, isn't that the plot to...
8 million movies and books.
Exactly.
Yep.
That great Sam Raimi one.
Drag Me to Hell.
Yeah. That has a great ending. Have you
Thinner
seen
by
that?
Stephen King.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Goes
So
on.
basically they're a stereotype.
Exactly.
And you're believing in the stereotype.
Yes, absolutely. No, hang on.
Why don't you go hang out with Michelle?
The website,
Yeah.
I looked this up, the website True Internet Facts
Yes.
says because the early Romani tribes were frequently isolated from other ethnic groups, a certain amount of inbreeding served to amplify and replicate their psychic genetics, and the skill of psychokinetic transference was passed to generation to generation. It's science, Greg.
But you know, it's amazing.
True Internet Facts says this.
Talk about like a backhanded compliment. They're psychic because they're inbred. That's a terrible thing to say.
But true.
I don't know if I would want to be inbred and psychic because then I know who. Well, anyway. Next topic: tennis legend John McEnroe is dead. Tired of how tennis has normally been played. He told a British newspaper, how can you tell a newspaper anything? He would get rid of the umpires and line judges. McEnroe explained you'd have a system where the players would call their own lines. All of a sudden, things would get a whole lot edgier and you could challenge it. But the guy was like cheating and you challenged, people would be like, boo. People would get way more into it. And then you'd be like, see this guy? He's a cheater. Meanwhile, in other sports that don't matter news, FIFA, whoever that is, has launched an investigation into the biting incident on Tuesday, which nobody seems to care about. Keeps happening in round circles. They should get rid of the round circle. There'd be less biting. Anyway, Uruguay, Luis Suarez could face severe punishment by playing more soccer. No, including a ban from the rest of the World Cup. This story is boring. It's the fourth time he's been accused. So it's tennis, soccer put together, because singular is a story. They're weak, Paul. Answer whatever you want.
A couple of things. On the McEnroe front, it's already pretty effeminate to see these men in tennis shorts. Now to see them having hissy fits and slap fighting each other, it's not something that I'm really interested in.
That's my sport.
Have you ever seen Rod Laver?
No.
Oh, my God.
He's aptly named.
Eli Nastasi was not effeminate.
Well, I like that FIFA's investigating the bite. There's nothing to investigate. What are they going to do? They're going to call.
They got to match the teeth to the bite.
Well, they're calling the mayor from Jaws, and you're going to say, no, it's a boating accident. It's not a bite. Like, it's a bite, and he should be suspended for the rest of the World Cup.
What do you think,
Kick him out.
Catherine?
My mom lied to me. She told me if I bit people, I could never be a soccer star. So that's horrible. But I don't know. Let's have biting in tennis. Let's have biting in soccer. Let's give everyone free booze. Let's bring like artillery, tanks, whatever, flamethrowers, and it would still be boring. So I don't know. I would maybe watch soccer if we was like, who's gonna bite who this week?
Yeah, if they just went full on cannibal, that would be awesome. So you could have headers. And then you could eat the head. I don't know. Joanne, what am I saying?
A lot. Listen, I would love to take a bite of an Italian hoagie.
That's what he said, right? He thought it was a sandwich. That's his defense.
Strong teeth there.
Yeah.
What they have. It must be the water in Uruguay.
Yes.
I'm assuming.
I think so. They have a lot of water there.
Fortified water. I don't know.
And a lot of vowels.
As far as McEnroe with the tennis, he's looking to eliminate jobs.
That's what it is.
Which is terrible.
Exactly.
What are these linesmen and umps going to do now? He is looking to destroy their careers because he is bitter that his is over.
Yes, you know what? Only in Obama's America. You know that McEnroe's a Democrat, and so what is he doing? He's again shrinking the job force by eliminating. What are we going to replace him with? Robots? Is that what you want, McEnroe? Makes me sick, Andy. Should we make more changes to sports to make them more interesting, like introducing rabid raccoons?
I have a lot of ideas. I think when they're like in NASCAR, when they have a caution and there's debris on the track, instead of having a caution, you have convicted criminals. They have to run out and get the debris while the race still goes.
Ooh, like Death Race 2000.
You have people who are on death row, and if they survive the race, they're pardoned. I think that would be fantastic.
I like this idea.
Yeah.
I think Luis Suarez, his excuse is great, by the way. He says, quote, "He thrust his shoulder into me. These things happen."
Right, that's true.
That's his excuse.
Yeah.
Before the World Cup started, there was a Norwegian gambling site. They had a prop bet. They offered 175 to 1 odds that Suarez would bite someone during the tournament.
Really?
167 gamblers took the bet, and they won.
Yeah.
Well,
there you go. That's an interesting fact for people who don't care. All right, coming up, we send a message to space. I hope it's not a scream, because they can't hear screams there. Oh, look, I almost feel like I'm there. Oh, what's that big thing? Oh, look at my book. Floating in space as well. Amazon.com, not cool. You keep buying it, I can still afford antiperspirant. Autographed copy, Gutfeld.com. Our cameramen are sitting down reading the paper. I'm not joking. What message should we disperse to the ends of the universe? A NASA probe, my second favorite kind, is expected to leave our solar system next year after it finishes a study of Pluto, the planet named after the Disney character. Most importantly, it will carry a message intended for alien life forms. But unlike the golden record carried by NASA's Voyager missions in the 1970s, the new memo for Martians will be a digital one called the One Earth Message. And come August, scientists will be seeking ideas from people around the world on what it should say. Here's Red Eye's submission for what we should tell extraterrestrials about Earth.
Greetings, space peoples. It is I, Supreme Chancellor Bootsy McMittens, and my Queen Holy Meow, rulers of Earth and its hot slaves. We come bearing this message. You suck. We are the best that ever was. You cannot compete. Others on this planet have tried, and now they serve us. Yes, here are our slaves. They flex on our command. Show us your bicep, maggot. Seriously, don't trifle with us, space jerks. Behold the awesomeness that is Earth. Gaze upon it in awe. This is how we commute to work. A true lesson in perfection. Look at it. Look at it. But know this, space peoples. There is only one truth in the universe.
Wow. Just tell me when the cancer comes for you.
I can't help it. All right, Paul.
Yes.
At least
I'm not talking to you.
The aliens will know who you are before everyone else. You'll be considered some kind of threat. What would you want to say to the aliens if they
don't watch Red Eye?
That hurts.
Yeah, I was uncalled for.
Yeah, I don't know why you had to go there.
The whole thing is pretentious that we're going to say, who cares? They don't care about if they're out there. They're going to do an MP3 digital. They're going to send it on an MP3. Put it in the cloud. And when you go to the cloud, they can ask Apple why they keep screwing up my iTunes library. It's a waste.
I'm sensing a lot of hostility.
Yeah.
I just think it's a stupid, pretentious thing.
Your aura is just...
I'm sorry, it is. I just think it's so pretentious that we're going to send stuff about ourselves to space and they're going to care. Look at us. We're peons.
Wow.
We're nothing.
Speak for yourself. Catherine, what message should we send?
Look, I didn't even really read this. I had a lot of trouble reading it because it was so boring because it was written by a bunch of space nerds with a bunch of space and science words. And they're going to be the ones writing it, and aliens are going to think we're not cool at all, and that we're all a bunch of losers. So this is going to be
a lot of skepticism.
I'm like, space
I'm with
words,
you.
space nerds, right? This isn't cool stuff.
We need space nerds.
Not to, do our image, whatever. They're
Not to
bad
communicate
image
with the aliens. Don't let the space nerds be the ones to talk to the aliens.
They're
their job.
They're gonna give Earth a terrible brand with their lame space words.
That is not putting your best foot forward.
Andy?
Yeah?
Explain why she's wrong.
Again, I think the astronomers and the people that deal with the universe are probably the ones who are going to send the messages.
They can
into
sit in
space.
the little rooms with the technology and make the message go out, but they're not the kind of people that should be the face of the earth.
Well, I mean, I would, if it were up to me, I have questions.
Yes.
I would ask them, what's under Pharrell's hat?
Right.
Where is the plane? Mm-hmm. Is the plane under Pharrell's hat? A lot of people wondering about that. Also, this isn't funny anymore. Give us back the damn plane,
right,
which they stole.
Yes.
The problem is, I think if the aliens, if they find hipster aliens, they're going to like the messages that were sent on Voyagers 1 and 2 better because they're on disc.
No, that's true.
So they just sound better. You know?
Joanne, quickly, what do you make of this?
We are focusing on the wrong thing here about sending a message out. We need to be concentrating on accepting messages that they are sending to us. The lesson to be learned here is talk less, listen more.
Right.
And we will learn a lot.
That is so true. Well done, Joanne. Way to wrap that up. I think
that was some sarcastic. Of us do listen to their messages, by the way.
No, that's true. All right, coming up, Adam Levine continues to suck. Well, at least he's reliable. Look at him, sucking.
E-Block. Last story. That's the last story.
Did Adam Levine finally come clean about being a ween? Red Eye has been calling him a giant douchebag since 1992. And now the Maroon 5 lead singer agrees or concurs, which means agree, Joanne. Little words going around there. Anyway, it's getting late, man. It's 4 a.m. Levine, who recently apologized to every ex-girlfriend before his wedding, discussed his reputation in the July issue of GQ magazine, which stands for GOAT. Quotient, yes. Would it be really easy to assume that I was a douchebag? Definitely, 100%. Doesn't mean that I am. He paused, then added, or maybe I am, I don't know. We know, you are. So how bad is his music? This is all the evidence I need.
Kiss me till you're drunk and I'll show you all the moves like Jagger. I've got the moves like Jagger. I've got the moves like Jagger.
Oh, poor little cat. Katherine, Adam Levine, horrible, yes or yes?
Horrible.
Okay.
His music, does he have fans? I feel like it's just the kind of music that's in the background. You go to Ruby Tuesday, and you kind of see like the two moms, like lunch moms on a lunch date, kind of being like, who is this? I like this. Like, this isn't like all the other garbage out there, where they're talking about like if they should be naughty and wild and split a dessert. And that's about really as much.
This is my Saturday.
Well, you're by yourself. Should I split a dessert with my other voices? You love him.
I do.
Yeah.
I don't love his personality. I love his talent. His vocal range is wonderful, and when he performs live, he doesn't need to change the key of the songs, which a lot of artists do because it's too high. Yes. The platinum blonde hair, though, that's a really big D-bag thing.
Yeah, changing your hair.
I could maybe understand a frosted tip.
Yes.
But the whole thing, no.
Paul?
I'm with Joe on this. Like, and even
I changed my mind. I changed my mind.
Even the frosted hair. The frosted hair. Like, why is this guy a D-bag? Because he's a rock star who had a lot of sex with women. Isn't kind of that. That's every guy in your 20s wants to do that. And the only difference between him and every guy in the 20s is he has one hit. But, I mean, the bottom line is I don't think he's a D-bag for just being a guy who was single, and he's now engaged, and going around and doing what guys do when they're young.
I mean, Andy, last word on Adam.
From the GQ interview, quote, he picks up his phone. Hey, bro, he says to his assistant, Sean, so there's like 7,000 paparazzi outside. Maybe two of the guys can roll over. One of you can grab the Ferrari, and then we can just split. Thanks, bro. Unironic use of bro, check. Tells his assistant to grab the Ferrari, check. Second unironic use of bro in the span of 4 sentences, check. You're a douchebag. All right,
I think that's science. Special thanks to Joanne, Paul Mecurio, TV's Andy Levy, Katherine Timpf. I'm Greg Gutfeld.